Meghan Markle's latest media endeavor, a CBS interview meant to shine a light on her charitable work, has instead spiraled into a chaotic production that raises serious questions about her media strategy and decision-making. What was supposed to be a polished showcase of her philanthropic efforts became a textbook example of how poor planning and misguided priorities can lead to a public relations disaster. The confusion started right from the top, with a surprising misstep in basic media knowledge. Meghan reportedly believed that her interview would be conducted by Gayle King, Oprah Winfrey's close friend, who has a well-established rapport with Meghan and Prince Harry. However, the interview was actually hosted by veteran journalist Jane Pauley, a change that seemed to catch Meghan off guard. This mix-up hinted at a glaring gap in her team's understanding or preparation, and it set the tone for what would become a series of unfortunate decisions. One of the most critical misjudgments was Meghan's insistence that the interview air on her birthday, despite CBS's recommendation to schedule it in the fall, a time traditionally better suited for such high-profile media appearances. The fall timing would have ensured a broader audience and better engagement, but Meghan pushed for an August release, a decision that ultimately backfired. The interview was overshadowed by other shows and failed to attract the attention it might have garnered later in the year. Adding to the problems was a lack of promotion. Meghan's team demanded last-minute changes to the content and structure of the interview, leaving CBS scrambling to adjust their marketing efforts. The network was forced to scale back its promotional push, further diminishing the interview's impact. The result was a poorly attended event that did little to advance Meghan's goals or improve her public image. Perhaps most damaging was the criticism of Meghan's work with the Archewell Foundation, the charitable organization she co-founded with Prince Harry. What was supposed to be a showcase of her commitment to philanthropy instead highlighted what many see as the superficiality of her efforts. Reports suggest that Meghan spends minimal time on the foundation's activities, raising questions about her genuine commitment to the causes she espouses. This perception of a lack of authenticity has been a recurring theme in her public life, and the CBS interview did nothing to dispel it. The negative reception of the interview seemed to come as a surprise to Meghan, which further underscores a troubling disconnect between her expectations and public interest. This disconnect is not new. It is part of a broader pattern of media missteps that have plagued her since she first stepped into the public eye as a member of the British royal family. Whether it's a tone-deaf speech, an ill-conceived partnership, or a failed business venture, Meghan's attempts to reshape her public image often seem out of touch and poorly executed. This latest incident is just another example of how Meghan's media ventures consistently miss the mark. The pattern is clear: grand plans that falter under the weight of poor execution, misunderstandings, and a lack of self-awareness. The CBS interview, intended to be a moment of triumph, has instead become yet another cautionary tale of how not to manage a public persona.